Hello, I am George Orwell. Let me share with you a term I first introduced in an essay published in 1945, Cold War. It describes a state of perpetual tension and hostility between major powers that stops short of open warfare, a battle fought with influence, ideology, and proxy conflicts, rather than direct confrontation. When I coined this term, I observed the emergence of a world divided. The devastating power of atomic bombs had fundamentally altered the calculus of war. With weapons so destructive, direct conflict between great powers seemed unthinkable. But their rivalries did not fade. Instead, they shifted to a subtler, more insidious form of warfare. The Cold War, as I foresaw, would not be fought with guns and tanks alone, but with propaganda, alliances, and indirect conflicts, each side seeking to expand its influence without sparking total annihilation. This tension defined the latter half of the 20th century. Proxy wars in Vietnam, Korea, and Afghanistan became battlegrounds where the United States and the Soviet Union fought not directly, but through other nations, each vying for global dominance. It was a stalemate of ideologies, democracy versus communism, each side bound by its commitments to allies, its principles, and the awareness that breaking those commitments could alter the fragile balance of power. Today, this concept of a Cold War resonates deeply, but its context has shifted. Let us consider Ukraine, a nation at the heart of modern geopolitics. In 1994, Ukraine gave up its nuclear arsenal, the third largest in the world, in exchange for security assurances under the Budapest Memorandum. The United States, the United Kingdom, and Russia pledged to respect Ukraine's sovereignty and protect it from aggression. Yet, in 2014 and again in 2022, Russia violated these assurances, first annexing Crimea and later launching a full-scale invasion. What makes this moment particularly striking is the role of the United States. Historically, United States presidents, regardless of political party, honored commitments to allies, recognizing that national honor and global stability depended on it. But for the first time, this principle is under threat. During Trump's administration, rhetoric and policies often aligned more closely with adversaries like Russia than with traditional allies. Trump's questioning of NATO, his withholding of military aid to Ukraine for political leverage, and his apparent admiration for authoritarian figures created a rupture in the United States' commitment to its global role. This shift has emboldened adversaries like Russia. When the United States hesitates or wavers in its promises, it signals to allies and foes alike that the once reliable foundation of United States foreign policy is no longer assured. This uncertainty undermines not just the current conflict, but the entire world order built after World War II, a framework where the United States served as a guarantor of stability and peace. Nowhere is this more evident than in the current proxy war in Ukraine. The Cold War's essence, a clash of ideologies and influence, has returned, but with a dangerous twist. For the first time, Russia finds potential allies within the United States executive branch and segments of the Republican Party. This internal division weakens the American position, not just in Ukraine, but across all global theaters, where allies depend on United States leadership. If this trajectory continues, the consequences will be profound. Allies who once relied on the US to uphold its promises may seek new partners or adopt isolationist stances. Adversaries will grow bolder, exploiting the cracks in American resolve. The Cold War, which once ended with the Soviet Union's collapse, may yet be redefined, this time with Russia gaining the upper hand, not through strength, but through the erosion of United States credibility. But there is still time to change course. The United States must reaffirm its commitments, stand by its allies, and recognize that the world order depends on its consistency and leadership. The principles of democracy, freedom, and cooperation are not just ideals. They are the weapons with which this new Cold War can still be won. For more insights into how misinformation and shifting alliances are shaping today's conflicts, visit information-warfare.com. Together, we can confront these challenges and ensure that the values of integrity and unity prevail. Thank you.